Welcome back, everybody, for our third and final match of the night. This is going to be a 3v3 East Tier 5A matchup between the Pimp, Chimpin, Capper boys and Knights of Chaos. I promise you I am going to screw up that name no less than 5 times. That's your over-under. There should probably a prediction started now because it is assuredly... they definitely take the over on that one before this match is over. But these two teams meeting up here again in week number 1. Once again, thank you all for joining us here tonight on this Tuesday evening of LOS Champs Season 1 action. Thanks production. Under 5 or over 1,000. Yeah, that's definitely close numbers. But thank you all for joining us here for the first night. If this is something you guys are enjoying and want to see more of, be sure to join us every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we will get 3 matches here on this channel. But be sure to be checking out elsewhere, as well as teams who even aren't featured on this channel can always pick up their own caster if the teams agree on it, and can get their matches casted anywhere they so desire, be that on a personal or on an organizational team page. We'll love to get as many teams on stream as we can and promote each and every one of these teams and the players in them, as they are absolutely fantastic and cannot appreciate them enough. The league wouldn't be a thing without them. So be sure to be checking around. Hit up your local casters. See, it's not even the team names that I'm messing up. Your local casters, as well as be sure to, if you're a team, to get in early on the 8, 9, and 10 o'clock matches for the Tuesday and Thursday night LOS Champs streams. We are just waiting on the two teams to join up here. The game is slated to kick off here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we will get going. Now I see them in chat, see them in messages, so I know they're going to be joining here very, very shortly, and we will get this thing on the road. It is a best of 5. For those of you who are just joining us for LOS Champs, this is a best of 5 regular season modified Swiss style format. Will then lead to a single elimination playoff bracket. So while you think obviously you want to win as quickly and as much as you want, best of 5. What do you? Oh, apparently I've said it multiple times, so I was confused what I was asking. But this is a best of 5, and then with this best of 5. I'm getting word that there's going to be a counter created of how many best of 5 times I can say best of 5. So we'll get that one. We'll get that one going as well. But the modified Swiss style, so you want to win as quickly as you can. As winners will play winners, losers will play losers, and that's how the teams will shuffle out to make it through the regular season. So it is no longer for those that definitely, because I know that. And there it goes. For those who have come from IGL, as there are definitely some team names and player names that I recognize here from IGL. It is no longer just a luck of the draw of who you get matched up with during the course of the regular season. Everything should shake down and shuffle out to give you much closer matches as the season progresses, and hopefully truly get the top teams for that single elimination of playoff bracket. I'm just gonna sit here and not say BO5 anymore. he just went into the pot. Just went into the pot and changed the number. That's not even cool. Yeah, it went from 1 to 6. And you guys can't hear, but I had a production right here who apparently is claiming that he can't count. So there's that. But we are, again, just waiting on the second team to join up in the lobby. Info has been posted here. Yeah. What comes after 1? 2. What comes after 2? Yep. Definitely got that going on here. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight. Get a little Psycho Stick action. The 2 series, if you guys were not here for our first 2 series of the night, absolutely fantastic matches. The First one. Just checking on some. The first one went to Game 5 after a 0-second Game 4 overtime, and then ended up holding off the reverse sweep. The second match was a clean 3-0 sweep, but all three games were incredibly close and definitely had a roller coaster of emotions. Looked like we were going to head into an overtime in one of those games as well, but a 2-second goal was scored after a few bumps in the corner. We've had 3v3, we've had 2v2. We're going to cap off the night with another 3v3 here, and I can only hope that it holds up to half as much action as it did the other matches did as well. I believe, and I'm checking over here on my other screen, that for the Thursday, if I can find the channel, for the Thursday night, we already have 3 matches, and production will tell me if that is correct or not once he finds it as well. We have 3 matches. Oh, look, I got the information that I can see. And so now I have and Thursday, while we were, oh, again, I'm getting yelled at in my ears, which I'm going to correct him on later. There are 3 matches that is going to start at 8 o'clock Eastern. 2v2 Tier East match with Eclipse Golden Clowns versus Ohio, which we saw them a couple times on stream last season, Season 0. At 9 o'clock is a 3v3 East Tier 6 of Critical Zone and Paisley Ray. And at 10 o'clock is a 3v3 East Tier 1 match with BBU Orangutan and Loose Cable. So 3 fantastic matches still on for this week on Thursday. But as that was going on, we, ladies and gentlemen, have our 2 teams in the lobby. We are set and ready to go. The Pimp, Chimpin, Capper boys versus the Knights of Chaos. I don't know what's going on with our overlay. It's breaking. No one has scored yet, but we have kicked off match number 3. Oh my goodness, Hands Baby already starting off with a flip reset here to get this thing going. For the side of Pimp, Chimpin, Capper boys, we have Techno, Schlumper, and James. For the Knights of Chaos, Mr. Mayhem NC, Hands Baby, and Flip Sider on. Flip Sider, oh my gosh, just count, there's over 9,000. Flip Slider Son, there we go. As Mayhem gonna kick this one towards the net. James and Techno both flying by the ball, neither of them able to get a touch. Flip trying to get that one cut down, just goes a little high on the shot. Schlumper down into the corner, he gets popped out by Hands. Ends up being a nice pass for the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys. Shot does come through by James, will be routinely saved. I'm interested to see how these 2 teams settle in here to game number 1. Again, going back to our first series, we saw one team go up 5-1 to begin with. Ended up being a 5-3 game, but after going up 2-0, they were held scoreless for nearly 10 minutes from that point. And Casper is finally a friendly post for one of the teams tonight. This one in benefit of Techno. Schlumper gets the pass across, and Casper, the friendly post bounce, kicks that one on in. The Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys go up 1-0. Ball kick to in favor of Knights of Chaos. Flip. Pick that one up, looking for a pass out mid. It's just going to stay in this corner with James and Hands Baby for the time being. Hands kicking that one down. Techno right back to the corner, trying to keep it safe for the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys for the time being as a demo comes through, but Techno just gets up by everybody with a couple of quick touches. It's Mayhem picking up a demo. Flip picking up a demo as well. Another bump coming through. Everybody from the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys is just getting bullied around, but the shots still can't find the back of the net. The timing ever so slightly off for the Knights of Chaos, trying to hold true to their name, just inducing so much chaos out on the pitch. Those bumps and demos happen a little bit more on point when the shots come through. Can very easily start opening things up as Hands Baby going to pick up another demo behind Mayhem and gets the first and second touch off that back wall. Another bump, in the net as hands, baby. Look at the placement on this shot. Right off of the breakout. The demo comes through. The bump as well. James having to avoid a bump as Schlumper trying to recover. And a little bit of top cheddar Bardowski by hands, baby, to tie up game number 1. Mayhem bumping one, bumping the second. Oh, hands, baby. Realizing that the net was open, was trying to get the cut to be able to pop it up and get that additional touch, and unfortunately just drove under the ball. Will be sent down the other way as Mayhem sends it into the corner. A little bit of miscommunication and a double commit, and that put 2 players floating way down, but Schlumper misread. Oh, but James, after Schlumper misreading how this ball was going to go off of that top corner, ended up with a tactical fake on Flip and a little bit of top cheddar Bardowski action right back. The Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys going up 2-1 as we have Eclipse halftime here in this first game. Missed by Techno, almost finds its way towards the net for Flip. Spam gets passed over to Flip. Nice pass and shot. Beautiful play. Look at the team chemistry coming out from the Knights of Chaos. Saying, listen, we may be bumpy, we may be physical, but when we get our offense set up, look at the dime and shot, the placement behind the defender. No chance for a save, and quickly ties it right back up at 2-all. Hands to Techno with the 50th. Mayhem picks up another demo. The net is open. The pass comes there, and Mayhem does get the shot on point, but James with the respawn, able to get back in time and keep that one out of the net for the 3rd goal for the Knights. James throwing this one towards Techno. Just gets a little bit of a doink. He's trying to pop it towards the back wall. Instead, it just stays there, and there's so much chaos going on in front of the net. Is eventually cleared out by Hands, Baby, and Mayhem. As Techno completely out of boost, just playing for 50 with Flip. Will keep the ball there for the time being. Sees that corner boost spawning. Is able to pick it up, steal it away from the Knights of Chaos. But with Hands still at least clearing out towards mid, buying a little bit of space and time to get some pennies, get some boost, get back on defense. But Flip is the only one there, gets the first touch, and then gets back down and picking up the save as more demos happening on that defensive transition and rotation from the Knights of Chaos. Hands couldn't get the touch, ends up 50 in front of the net. Schlumper going for the shot, trying to get on top of it, just missing the ball. Not able to get on top as it would have been an incredibly tough angle. Hands playing for the 50. Will be James who picks it up, pops it out to Techno. Has Schlumper behind him, but no real position to take an aggressive attack as Mayhem just takes it right off of his teammate's hood with a quick snapshot, trying to catch the defense off guard and lacking. They continue to stand tall. We continue to stay tied as Mayhem and Techno going to fly on by the ball, but Mayhem taking out an aggression on nobody being able to get the touch with yet another demo. Mayhem kicking this one. Oh, again, I'm not sure if that one was miscommunication or just trying to throw it right into his teammate's face. I love the chemistry. I love the coordination of both going for that and had that opportunity, but just ever so slightly off. The clock has expired. Techno with an opportunity here, but without any boost, can't do much. It's just going to roll on down the corner and head to overtime. And as Blau Dog says, absolutely, game is incredibly balanced, keeping us not up at 2-2, headed into overtime. As both teams gone back and forth, the demos continuing to rack up the tally. Pretty soon we're going to have a quick intermission and bring the sweepers out on the pitch to be able to clear all the debris, but Mayhem says, I don't need a demo, just a beautiful pass by Hands, getting that one up over the top, the 50 onto Techno, and look at Mayhem getting on top of that, slicing it down over the top of the defender before anybody can get back on rotation. It takes just 27 seconds, and the Knights of Chaos take game number 1. 3-2, being able to win that shot total by just that one shot. And again, you're talking about how balanced it is. It was 8 shots to 7. That one shot was the difference. It was 4 saves to 5. It's 3 goals to 2. I mean, across the board, 2 assists to 1. Everything is locked up. And if this series continues to play out the way that game number 1 did, you're looking at what's probably going to be an incredibly long, hard, drawn-out, hard-fought match between these two teams, and I would not be surprised to see multiple more overtime games. The biggest thing of that is going to be, where do those demos come through for the Knights of Chaos? Are they able to coordinate their demos and their physical play with the passes, with the shots that are coming through from their teammates? Yes, they got a ton of demos, but really there wasn't too much that came from it. It was more of just a boost game and being able to get back on defense, to be able to stop any shots coming, rather than the offensive attack from it, which is a great way to use it and utilize it however they possibly can. But we also saw a lot of bumps and demos in the net of the Pimp, Chimpin, Capper boys that just no shots were immediately followed up. Knights of Chaos have a ton of play to work with that, to be able to get those shots, to get those goals. Oh, that one just goes on by in front of the net of the Knights of Chaos. So, hello, demo. And if the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys are able to continue to avoid these demos and continue to play defense, I do believe it's going to be very, very close the rest of the way through. But that's what a lot is going to lie on, and it's very difficult to be able to predict on if players and teams are able to avoid those bumps and demos. Techno throws this right into Mayhem as he goes to Flip, going for that shot. Ends up keeping it a little bit thin. Hands baby with a quick shot. Techno got the touch, but it wasn't enough. It was too fast and too good of a place, as James, trying to get that touch, ends up just a bit too much momentum on by. Hands baby, zero hesitation, realizing that he's going to go on by that ball and just sends it on point. Knights Chaos up 1-0. Slumber. Oh, Mayhem with the pinch, able to get on by it. Drops down to Techno. Shot goes high. Nobody immediately attacking for the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys. His Hands baby throws this off the back wall. Techno up to be able to send it right back to the corner, and does so. Picking up his corner boost, going for a pinch and getting it by Flip. Has the opportunity to continue to challenge or go for a bump if he so desires. Instead, just playing back, backing off a little bit as another demo comes through on the defensive rotation from the Knights of Chaos. Techno into the corner, gets it around one. Hands baby going to send it back to that far corner. Ball is traversing east and west. Oh, but a slight mistouch by James. Buys a little bit of time and space for the Knights of Chaos to break out, get some boost, and be able to play some more defense. Try to set something up to be able to break this ball out of their own half. Get some offensive pressure themselves. It's Techno. Not sure that's the touch he wanted. Didn't have any boost. Was just trying to get back. Ends up going right into his face with a quick turn. Will keep the ball at midfield for the time being. A demo happening in the net, but Schlumper getting back to replace it. And again, those are the plays I'm talking about. The demo happening in the net, which is fantastic, but the shot not coming through quite fast enough to be able to take advantage of it. At the very least, you're still taking a player off the pitch. You're messing with the rotation of the opposition. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be getting that, as long as your team keeps possession and as long as you're not getting punished for also having a player out of position. Man, trying to set up that second touch, ends up being just a little bit off from it. That gets thrown right back into Flip as Mayhem is up from the far side. Gravity not working fast enough for the Knights of Chaos for that one to be able to fall in front of the net. Find an angle on in as Techno backing up 50 with Hands baby, keeps the ball in front of the net. Schlumberg into the first one to it, into the corner. Not getting that touch back out to his teammate. James standing tough, avoiding the demos. Mayhem was just barreling down at him. As Pimp, Chimp, and Capper boys playing a ton of offense so far, but just can't find a chink in the armor of the Knights of Chaos. They're doing a fantastic job of continuing to keep the ball at their corners or at least out towards mid, where they're able to extend out and pick up some boost and get back on defense. Feel like we have been down here for multiple minutes at this point as another save comes out from Hands Baby. But even though it has been a ton of time, only 4 shots registered for the Pimp, Chimpin, Capper Boys, 4 for the Knights of Chaos, make it 5 as Mr. Mayhem gets his shot at point. Hands Baby gets the bump in the net, and that just allows the slightest of margins for Mr. Mayhem to get the touch. It was saved, goes off of the post, and Karam's right back into Mayhem, into the net for goal number 2. So Knights of Chaos enjoying that security goal with under 45 seconds left to play. Hands going for another demo as Mayhem is dribbling that one forward. Neither were able to get the touch on either the ball or the player. Pimp, Chip, and Capper Boys continuing to do a fantastic job of avoiding the majority of those. As James will pick up a demo himself with that smoke screen. Was a little bit off for Schlumper. Made it difficult to be able to find the ball, get that one out. His Hands Baby gets it over one, plays the 50 out towards mid with 10 seconds left to go. Pimp, Chip, and Capper Boys need to get a goal immediately if they even want an opportunity to be able to come back in this game, but it does not look like it is going to be enough. Hands Baby throws another one towards the net. It falls right in front. And the Knights of Chaos, after playing defense for seemingly 75% of that game, still find the only 2 goals and take that one 2-0. And look, you see, when I was talking about it, was about a minute 30 left. And the Pimp, Chimp, and Capper Boys were playing offense for a significant amount of time, but they just weren't getting any shots on point. The ball was traversing east and west. So it was going from corner to corner to mid to corner to corner to mid. It was not traveling past their half of midfield, but they still only had 4 shots. So the Knights of Chaos, when they got the ball down, when they got it cleared, they were at least putting something on net. It might not have been the greatest of shots. It might not have been anything spectacular, but it was at least forcing the Pimp, Chip, and Capper Boys to play defense. And when a bump comes through, or even the threat of a bump with as many demos and as many bumps and as much physicality as the Knights of Chaos have had in this series so far, just the threat of a bump can throw a player off, can remove them from their spot, and allow that little opening to be able to get that one in. That is not the start that the Pimp, Chip, and Capper Boys wanted. Mayhem able to get it by 2 players. James quickly turning on it, gets a touch, but it doesn't go to his corner. It just drops right out mid, where Philip was there and waiting. It takes just 4 seconds for the Knights of Chaos to score their first goal here in game number 3. And again, this is a best of 5. Up 2-0, needing just 1 more game to be able to take the series. As Mayhem gets a couple of fakes, a demo happens behind him, and Mayhem is going to be able to just walk this one in. Gets a little doink, fakes it low, the demo happening behind it. James cannot get there in time. Beautiful play there from Mr. Mayhem to give the Knights of Chaos a 2-0 lead in just 23 seconds. Hands over a flip, trying to get a team pinch right off of the kickoff. They are feeling good, are the Knights of Chaos, here in game number 3. As they know, just coming off of their last game, 2 goals based on how they are playing and keeping the Pimp, Chip, and Capper Boys stifled on the offensive attack may just be enough and can just continue to play their game, continue to play the clock, go for those bumps, go for those demos. Oh my goodness, camera freaking out there for a second. Everything looks to be all good now. Schlumper going to send this down into the corner. Shot coming through is Techno. There for the save, goes right back out to Mayhem, doesn't get the touch, net is open. James, the only player who can get to it, as the demo coming through on his teammate, but onto Techno. But James was more than enough as Flip and Hands could not get there. The miss from Mayhem popping just a little bit further out than what he was expecting. couldn't quite get up to it, taken advantage of, and the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys, the first time in 2 games, able to get on the board. Hands trying to sneak that one in near side as Schlumper avoiding the bump, able to get there, just pins it onto that side of the back wall. Keeping that for the time being. Hands trying to get this back to a teammate, ends up going right over to Schlumper. Look for just a quick shot. Mayhem will get up for the touch. Shot by James, a little bit thin. Flip, going to be the first one to it. Sends it over to midfield for Techno. There and waiting, able to avoid the demo. Not sure if that was intentional, if he knew that someone was coming to demo him. I have a feeling that at this point, you always assume that Knights of Chaos player is coming to bump you. The ball bouncing right in front of the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys net. It's Flip. Not able to get that flick. Hands Baby sends it to the corner, looking for the second touch. Ends up carrying just a bit further away than what he was expecting. Nice little touch down. Oh, shot coming through from Hands Baby. Ends up getting demoed, but it was saved. James. Hands ball right back over to mid to Flip. As now the Knights of Chaos, they are enjoying a ton of time here on the offensive attack, but a quasi double commit coming out from 2 of the members allows Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys to get the ball cleared out. The demo happening in front of that. James still able to get there, but ball dangerously sitting there. Flip does get it on point, but it was saved by Techno, able to clear it down as James rushing to it as well. You see the transitional play here from the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys. They're able to get something towards the net, but again, with the bumps, with the demos, ooh, Mayhem. Probably, I think he was under the assumption that one was just going to go on in, and after the demo, the first one going by, I think he was going for a fake or was expecting to just go in, didn't want to pinch it with the defender flying on through, able to pick up the save and stays just a 1-goal affair. Flip gets this one into the corner, head hunting somebody. Hands is there as Mayhem puts a shot on point. Is saved. James now with a shot opportunity, just throws it towards the net quickly. Again, trying to catch the defense off guard with as few shots as the Pimp, Chip, and Capper boys have been able to get so far in this series and in this game. You can't blame them for just trying to put something on point, trying to see if anything's going to go through or a missed touch to happen by the Knights of Chaos and be able to take advantage of it as a demo happens on the far side of the field. And then in the midfield as well, as Techno going to be the first one to it. Mayhem all the way down the pitch, upfield, stealing the corner boost and head hunting for some demos, but Flip without any boost cannot get it up to him. Now James with shot opportunity. The pass comes through, the bump attempt, and that is more than enough. Nicely done there by Schlumper to get it over to James. Hands Baby trying to clear it out, but doesn't catch enough of it, and then Schlumper going for that bump, just throwing the defender off of the spot. Again, doesn't need to get the touch, just has to make him uncomfortable to not be able to get the save, and the Pimp, Chimpin, Capper boys tie us up at 2-all. Techno shot. Mayhem there for a routine save. Hands Baby backwards, but does get it off of that sidewall down to Mayhem. James and Flip both rushing to that. Hands going to be the first one to pick it up. Techno sending it back to the sidewall. Final 10 seconds. Last opportunity for either of these teams to win in regulation. James sends that one high. Shot opportunity for Techno if he's able to get to it. Instead, it's just going to go down into the corner, fall to the ground, and we too have our second overtime game of the series. The first one took just 27 seconds. This one takes just 2 as Mayhem somehow slots that one in between 2 players out on the kickoff. It finds its way into the net, and the Knights of Chaos get the clean 3-0 sweep. My goodness. Overtime games just over in a flash. 29 seconds with the 2 overtime games combined. Knights of Chaos able to take both of them. And again, just like our second series, if you look at it at face value, you see that 3-0, like, oh, well, that was a total domination from the Knights of Chaos. When in reality, it was anything but that. Game 2 was a 2-0. Games 1 and 3 both went to overtime. An incredibly close match, an incredibly close series. And the Knights of Chaos just being able to find that one additional goal to be able to go on ahead, be able to pick up that win, and start out Season 1 1-0. It does look like we are going to get an interview here. Let me pull up Mr. Mayhem, who has joined us here in the booth from the victorious Knights of Chaos. And hey, Season 1, first match. Is there a better way to be able to start it than a 3-0 sweep?
Definitely not. It's a fun series for sure.
Now, personal experience, I've seen and played you guys before all the way back in the IGL days. Seems like the strategy is still there, the tactic is still there with the absolute, listen, they can't play if they're not on the pitch. Let's just go and demo the ever-living crap out of them. I know that that's something you guys focus on, but it didn't seem like the timings were working out quite well for you guys to be able to get the shots to follow it up. Was it just continue to do what we do best and hope that it goes in, or was there any talk of being able to change that up during the series?
I'm the main go-getter demo kind of guy on the field, and there's really no method to the madness. That's the best way to put it. When it feels right and I feel like there's an opportunity there, I'll go for it. It's not exclusively demos. It's also, bump plays, take just frustration, really. Just being a pest, that's what people call me sometimes. Whenever casters, they'll say that I'm the biggest pest in this division, pretty much. So that's just our game plan, really. Sometimes the demos are really great and they're right, the shot's coming and I'm killing them as it's coming in, and sometimes it just doesn't happen like that, obviously. And we just want to get the ball into the net at the end of the day.
Yeah. Now, obviously it's a 3-0 sweep, which feels great, but two of those matches went into OT. And something that you can see with OT is tightening up, but you guys never even gave the chance. Was there anything off of those kickoffs that you were planning on or trying to do as a set play? Or was it just, obviously the second one, it was just you touching the ball in between two players and just beating them to the punch. But do you guys have a set play that you were working on to try and get that early goal and not let it settle in and go for that killing blow? Or is it just how that played out?
Yeah, so I have a pretty tight speed flip, and I know a lot of people get really nervous in overtime. So that can tend to happen. But we do have a few plays that we have up our sleeves for situations like that, depending on the orientation of the kickoff. Unfortunately, we didn't have any other options. That was the really only option we had that we were wanting to do right then. So it was just try to get the ball into the net, and that's just what happened.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey, I do appreciate your time here tonight, joining us in a little bit after this match. Again, congratulations on the 3-0 clean sweep victory, starting off 1-0 here in LOS Champs Season 1. But man, before you go, the floor is yours. Any shout-outs or words of encouragement or advice that you would like to give the fine people out there in beautiful Chatland?
I just would like to shout out Knights of Chaos, the organization that we're playing for. Great group of people. If you ever are interested in joining, there's plenty of avenues to get involved with in the community. So, and I would also like to shout out Matt. He's a great coach. He wasn't with us tonight, but he's a cool guy.
Awesome. Well, hey, appreciate it. And again, thank you for the time. Looking forward to see how you guys do moving forward in the rest of Season 1, starting off 1-0.
Thank you. Yeah, have a great one. Thanks for casting.
No problem. Thank you again. That was Mr. Mayhem from the victorious Knights of Chaos. Again, taking down the Pimp, Chimpin Capper boys 3-0, starting off 1-0 here in the beginnings of LOS Champs Season 1. Unfortunately for us, that does end our evening and our time here together on this Tuesday night. We are going to have 3 more matches again on Thursday. So if you want to come out and catch any of those on Thursday, again, 2v2 at 8 o'clock, 2v2 East Tier 6 at 8 o'clock, 3v3 East at 9 o'clock, and 3v3 East Tier 1 at 10 o'clock. Everyone loves to see those high-flying mechanical actions, and it is a BBU squad that's playing, so it does put a little bit of detriment if Dilly's still in here watching. But absolutely fantastic matches. Be sure to come check those out. If I am correct, it is going to be Tankard who is going to be in the booth with us on that Thursday evening. We are going to have matches here at 8, 9, and 10 o'clock every Tuesday and Thursday as we go through this league. So be sure to hit that follow button and set your notifications of when we are going live, is so you do not cancel or you do not miss any of the LOS Champ matches here on this channel. Also, as mentioned, teams can always get their own casters, either from personal experience or from an organization, which can cast on the personal channels or on the team channels themselves. So be sure to hit up those casters and follow those people so you don't miss any action around the league, as we have multiple divisions across multiple regions. But for now, we are closing out here for tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us here on this fine Tuesday evening. On behalf of production, Cookies on the back end, and everyone at LOS Champs, I have been Brokefang. Y'all have been awesome. Until next time, everybody have a fantastic rest of your night and a beautiful week. But most importantly, take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the flip side.